Hey guys, what's up? Mr. CT here today with l4d2 The Passing Part 2. It is still the Mutation Bleed Out mode, the same thing as last time, just the second part. And this is much longer, and I'm still playing with the Beast, or Riddle, as you may know him. And today I'm not going to talk much about the gameplay. I'll mention a few things here or there, but I'm going to talk about the Resurgence pack for Modern Warfare 2, which has been which is coming out June 3rd for 1,200 Microsoft points, the same price as the first one. It's 5 maps, just like the first one, with 2 Call of Duty 4 maps and 3 new maps. And first off, I just want to talk about the maps. First off, the 2 old maps are Vacant and Strike. I think these are 2 pretty good choices. I would have chose maybe Crossfire instead of Overgrown, I guess, maybe on the first map pack, but I do like Vacant because it's a small submachine gun map, and I am usually a submachine gun player, but with all the noob tubes and thumpers, I don't know if that's going to work well, and that map's going to go that well in Modern Warfare 2, and Strike is a great map. I'm definitely excited about that one. And I think the 3 new maps are Carnival, Fuel, and Trailer Park, which seem interesting. Carnival sounds interesting. I've never seen a map like that, and that could be fun. It has like a roller coaster and bumper cars and stuff like that. Trailer Park is apparently small and enclosed with tight corners. I don't know how that'll work. And what was the other one? Fuel is apparently a pretty big map, almost as big as Overgrown, which with one part of it being good for snipers and the other part being inside of a warehouse. So I don't know how that'll turn out either, but that sounds like it could be good too. And the main thing I want to talk about with this is what I think about the pricing. I think the pricing is honestly a ripoff. I'm going to buy it either way because I am a big Modern Warfare 2 fan. I've already spent over 10 days on the game, and I play it a lot, so I get my money's worth when I do get the map pack. And I'm not the biggest fan of the original maps in the game, and I did like the last map pack a lot. But I think the price is a ripoff. I think it should be 800 points, mainly because look at what other games I've done in the past, like Gears of War 2. When Gears of War 2 came out, if you bought a, and here's one thing I want to commentate on, he somehow made it out the window, but I managed to somehow fucking fall from the window and get caught on the thing there. That happens a lot, at least in the first l4d2 it happened a lot, because I was always messing around jumping off of stuff. But anyway, I was saying, Gears of War 2, when that came out, it gave 5 maps from Gears of War 1 for free, and that's 5 maps. They're only doing, well, so far they've done a total of 4 maps from Call of Duty 4, and they've been, you know, if you look at, well, $10 for all 4 maps, I guess you would say, for the old maps. And they're really not changing them that much. Yeah, they make them brighter, and maybe there's a few minor changes on Crash, but I think they're generally almost the same thing. And in Gears of War 2, they at least, like, you know, canals. They didn't change, like, the layout of the level, because that's what Modern Warfare, that was what Modern Warfare's excuse was. Oh, we don't want to change it, people love these levels this way. We'll change them to nighttime, or change, like, you know, that's what they did with Gears of War 2. They changed canals to, like, Icy, and Mansion, I think, was in the daytime, and they just, was it Gridlock was all grassy, I think. And they just changed the levels like that, and I don't see why Modern Warfare 2 can't do that. And also, why in the world does Modern Warfare 2 not have any night maps? There's no night vision in the game for multiplayer, and there's no night maps at all, which I think are needed. And I actually like night maps sometimes better than day maps. And World at War and Call of Duty 4 both had some night maps, so I don't know what the hell was the idea behind that, but I don't like that at all. But yeah, they don't really change the maps at all, and they're charging us basically $5 for the two old maps, because it's known that usually Halo 3, Gears of War 2, Gears of War 1, or whatever, most games release their 3 maps for 800 points. So if you're adding 2 maps to that, I would say those extra 2 maps are $5. Yeah, but like I said, Gears of War did theirs for 3, and then also if you look at the Gears of War, sorry, I don't even know what the name is. I don't think it's the All Fronts collection. It's the one for 1,200 Microsoft points, but it's something like 7 maps and a new and it was a new campaign thing. Now I didn't buy that because I don't play Gears multiplayer very much, and I didn't get the Snowblind map pack for Gears 2 either. But I did get the first one. But I didn't get it. But I mean, that was a great deal. 7 new maps and a end campaign, and they're charging 4 maps, and they're charging the same price that they charge 5 maps. They're doing 5 maps, and they're charging the same price that Gears did. And Gears 2 is throwing in 2 extra maps and a campaign thing, and all those maps were new. So I just think that, Call of Duty is just ripping you off, and clearly if you haven't seen the sales for the first one, they have sold they sold, I guess in the first week, 2.5 million downloads. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great. So, of course, since that many people bought it, they're going to make the second one at the same price. But I bet you if they would have made the first one 800 points, they would have sold something like 4 million in the first week, possibly. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think if they would have did that, they would have made a lot more money, and the people would not be pissed off with them like me. I am going to buy them, but I'm still pissed off. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. I had to stop recording there and record here because I ran out of things to say. But now I want to talk about, if you guys don't know, Infinity Ward has lost 35 of its employees so far, if not more by now, because if you don't know what's going on, the two, I guess, heads of Infinity Ward were apparently talking with EA when they weren't supposed to be talking with EA because they're working for Activision. Activision was pissed off, and they got fired, I believe, and then they formed their new company with EA called Respawn Entertainment, and a bunch of employees have been leaving Infinity Ward, like I said, 35. Some of them have joined, like maybe 15 or so have joined Respawn, and some of them just, I guess, went to other game companies, and that, and that stuff. And I managed to light everyone on fire here or Coach on fire here by accident, and I actually run into the fire like an idiot here and lose all my health in a minute, but yeah, and a bunch of people left, and I think that's pretty big, mainly because, I mean, 35 people, they were only a company that had 100 people total, so when I heard 35, that's more than a fourth of the company. I figured there would be no Modern Warfare 3, but apparently Activision said they are still going to do that, I guess, and I just want to talk about all the companies that are working on Call of Duty games, too, right now. Like, obviously, Black Ops is coming out this year later. Hopefully that's good. So Treyarch, obviously, still works on them every other year, I guess, when the Modern Warfare games are not coming out. And then Modern Warfare 3, apparently, I guess, is supposed to come out the year after that, if there is one. But if so, I think it wouldn't be, obviously as good, considering they don't have 35 of their people. And then on top of that, a while ago they named a third company, Sledgehammer Games, I believe, which apparently is making an action-adventure third-person game, if I remember correctly, to the Call of Duty series, which to that point it's just, that you're milking the franchise. I don't see why you need a third-person action-adventure game. I don't know what that'll be like. Maybe it'll actually be good, but I highly doubt that. And then yesterday I read some news that said that Activision registered a bunch of websites. I don't remember, there was 4 that they registered, and I don't remember them all, but one was like Space Warfare, Future Warfare, Secret Warfare, and I'm missing the other one. But maybe I'll go look it up right now. Anyway, guys, the other one is Advanced Warfare. So, to me, that's looking pretty far into the future. If they are, actually going to be games, they might not be. There's still a possibility that they might be something else, I guess, but that's looking pretty far into the future because Black Ops is coming out this year, Modern Warfare 3 possibly, with that action-adventure game coming out next year, and then those 4 possible titles. And it's also rumored that Raven Software, Singularity developer, may be working on more map packs for Modern Warfare. I thought there was only going to be 2, but apparently they might be doing that instead of Infinity Ward, because Infinity Ward is obviously low on people right now, and I think the only reason they finished these maps is because they were already mostly done beforehand, because they're coming out pretty early. But yeah, and one of those titles, those Future Warfare and all those, one of those could possibly be that third-person game, but to me, like I said, they're just milking the franchise at this point. But the video is coming to an end here. We're just waiting for Rochelle, and I do cut the video a little short here because you don't want to wait to see Coach die. We're just sitting in the room fucking around.